I am going to also be showing you a trick for getting rid of under eye bags, or at least minimizing them as much as possible. My foundation routine today is going to be for people with mature skin or dry skin, or even people who want to have more full coverage but don't want a heavy foundation. Our foundations are really nice and light. They're mineral foundations, so they're nice and light and your skin can breathe. They don't feel heavy. But if you want something even lighter, this is the trick. This is our BB Flawless. This is kind of like a tinted moisturizer. It hydrates your skin. It makes your skin feel amazing. I actually have started to use this even more than the foundation because I do have mature skin. So what we're going to do today is we're going to mix this with our concealer. Now, I have two concealers here. I have one in my shade of Taffeta, and I have another in a lighter shade. And I use the lighter shade by itself under my eyes. I like to use the lighter shade under my eyes because we want to highlight the under eye area, so I don't want to darken it up by using the same shade as my foundation. So I'm going to start off by concealing the area where I typically have bags. Now, my bags today are not packed that heavily. So, but I am going to show you how to do this. So what you want to do is realize that the bag, what creates the illusion, the visual illusion of the bag, is the shadow that occurs at the bottom edge of the bag. So we want to get rid of the shadow. By getting rid of the shadow, we lessen the appearance of the bag. You don't want to conceal the entire bag, because then what you're doing is you're still going to have the same lightness and darkness. It's just going to be a different shade. So we want to just get rid of the bottom shadow under the bag. So with your concealer, you're just going to go along in a line at the bottom edge of the bag. Just very lightly. See, I only used just a few spots. Then with your finger, you're just going to tap. Now, if you have lines and wrinkles or you have bags, you don't want to go in a swiping motion, because what you're essentially doing is you're applying your concealer over the area. When you have lines and wrinkles, you want to make sure that your concealer and your foundation get into the line or wrinkle. That's going to be what minimizes it. If you're just applying it over it, you're still going to have that line or wrinkle. So you want to make sure it gets into the line or into the wrinkle. And in this case, you want to make sure it gets into the skin where the bag is. So we're going to do a tapping motion and essentially pressing it into the skin, just along the bottom edge of the bag. Sometimes you have some carry up, and that's okay. Just swipe it with your finger a little bit. Now, I just have a naturally dark circle for some reason. It always looks like when I have eyeshadow on, it always looks like my eyeshadow has dipped down, and it's actually just a dark spot, so I'm just going to cover that as well. And then on the other side, I'm just tapping it in to get it into that area. So you can see right now that just the appearance, like I said, mine weren't that bad today. Today I was having a good day with them. But it's already reduced the appearance. Okay, so that's one way of getting rid of the bags and your lines and wrinkles, is make sure the product gets into the line and wrinkle and not just over it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my foundation, which today is going to be the BB Flawless. And I'm just going to apply a small amount to the back of my hand. Whoops. A little fuzz there. Just a small amount to the back of my hand. And then my concealer in my shade of Taffeta. And I'm just going to apply a tiny amount, and that's all I need. This stuff goes a long way, so you don't need a lot. And then with your finger, just mix the two together. The BB Flawless, by itself is going to be a lighter coverage, but by adding the concealer, you're actually making this full coverage. And then whatever's left on my finger, I just apply to my face. I think I just dropped something. Now, I ordered our brand new, just released March 1st, our brand new liquid foundation brush, and I can't wait to get it. I'm so excited. I love angled brushes for applying my foundation. It lets me get into corners because you really don't want to apply heavy amounts of foundation to places like around your brows and under your eyes. So I like the angle. The new brush that Younique has just come out with is not only angled, but it's recessed. So you can control the amount of foundation that goes on your face. I love it. I ordered it. I can't wait for it to come. But for today, I'm using this one. And this is a Luxie 504 large angle brush. And I'm just going to pick up the product and I'm going to apply it first to the areas on my face that have the most redness. Now you saw how red my face was. I have rosacea. So I have a lot of redness. I already did my eyes as far as my shadow and a little bit of my liner. I'm going to go back in after and finish. I'm going to get this in my hair. And then I'm just going to go in a circular motion, avoiding my eye area for right now. I'm going to get it on my nose. Now to make sure it gets absorbed into the pores, I should have told you I already primed my face. I did forget to mention that. I used our Glorious Face and Eye Primer, so I did prime my face. I primed it a little bit earlier, so sorry I forgot to mention that. So around my brows, because you don't want to have foundation on hair because it's going to cake in there. So what I do is I go around my brow, and I'll show you. I'm going to do the same thing around my eyes. When you have mature skin and lines and wrinkles, the skin under your eyes is very thin and it doesn't absorb product the way the rest of your face does. So if you start to pack a lot of product under your eyes, it's going to create texture, and texture is going to make lines and wrinkles stand out. You want to minimize the amount of product that goes under your eyes. Because it doesn't get absorbed the same way, so it's going to keep building up. So if you have eye cream and then primer and then concealer and then foundation and then powder and then all these layers are building up, and that's going to create lines and wrinkles. So you notice I'm going very gently. I only concealed the bag area. But I'm going very gently and only with what's left on my brush after doing my whole face. It accomplishes two things. One, I have not disturbed the concealer that I put on the bag, and two, I don't have a heavy amount of product there to build up lines and wrinkles with. Now it looks a little yellowish on film. It's just because of the lighting I'm using. Trust me, it doesn't look yellowish at all. I'm also going to do around my jawline. Oh, I can't talk while I do my neck. I'm going to do my ears. The reason I do this is because my skin is naturally different shades on my neck and on my face. That's just the way it is. So I blend it to try to kind of get them to match up. Now what I'm going to do, now that I have that all blended, is I'm going to go in with a damp beauty blender. And I'm just going to go along the hairline to smooth it in to make sure I don't have any bare spots around the hairline. Because again, you don't want to take your brush to your hairline. I'm going to go around my nose. You want to pay attention to the corner of the nose. If you're like me, I have a wide nose and I can tend to have product pool up in here, and then as oils mix with it throughout the day, if you have a problem with your makeup breaking up, when you apply when you apply your primer, make sure in a circular motion that you pull your nose to the side and really rub it in there, and then really get in there when you do your foundation. It'll keep it from pooling up. Go under the eye just to blend that in, and then I go along the jawline. And that's it. So that is how I apply my foundation, in this case, how I apply my BB Flawless. It looks great. It looks flawless. And now I'll go in and I'll do my bronzer, my highlight and contour, and my lips, and then I'll come back and show you the finished look. On my lips, I have my Stiff Upper Lip Stain in the shade Shy. I love this. It does not get on anything, and if you happen to drop it, it doesn't spill. It's fantastic. So this is the finished look. I hope that this was helpful to you. If you have questions or comments, please leave them for me below, or follow me on Facebook. If you're friends with me on Facebook already, go ahead and message me. And then you can also visit my website, which I will put here below. All the products that I used today will also be listed in the description box below so that you can reference them. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!